Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Good morning. How are you all? In our previous sessions, we have learned something about our grammar of English language. But now we will start with our textbook, and with the lesson we will do some grammar topics accordingly. So from today onwards, we will start with our textbook, poem number 1.1. So let's start. You on the screen, this is your new English Balbharti textbook of standard 5th. So we will start with the first poem of our textbook. Let's see the poem number 1, What a Bird Thought. First we will recite the poem, then I will going to explain it in one by one stanzas. Let's start. I lived first in a little house and lived there very well. The world to me was small and round and made up of pale blue shell. I lived next in a little nest, nor needed any other. I thought the world was made up of straw and covered by my mother. One day I fluttered from the nest to see what I could find. I said the world is made up of leaves. I have been very blind. At last, I flew beyond the trees and saw the sky so blue. Now, how the world is really made, I cannot, can you? So, this is the first stanza. In the first stanza, the poet is telling what a bird thought, tells us how a bird thinks its world when it is in its shell. It perceives the world to be small and round and made up of pale blue shell, means the egg. Okay. Now in the second stanza, the poet is telling when it comes out of its shell into the nest, it thinks the world to be made up of straw and it is covered by the mother bird. Okay, the nest is covered by the mother bird. Now in the third stanza, the poet is telling that when it grows a little and learn to fly, the world to be made up of leaves, because he is blind and he is only on the trees, so it can see only the leaves around. Okay. Now in the fourth stanza, the poet is telling the thought of the bird, that is now that it has grown up and can fly extremely well. It has left its little home, the nest and the tree, and flies wherever it wants to. Yes, and when it sees the vast blue sky, the bird is insured what the world is really made up of. Hence, the bird wants to find out from us what the world is really like, because when it goes out, so the word was very big, so the bird cannot explain the word was what is exactly, so it wants the answer from us what the word is exactly to be. Okay, now you have to find out the rhyming words. The rhyming word from the first stanza is well, shell. Second stanza, other, mother. Then third stanza, find and blind. Last stanza, blue, you. Just write down the rhyming words into your notebook and you have to write this poem one time. Thank you and have a nice day, my dear students. We will continue in the next session.